There is a fine line between caring, empathetic, and compassionate, or a sucker, gullible, naive, a doormat. One of the best parts about Trump's election in the past few years is that that doormat shit has not been has not been the flow, has not been the swag, right? And so we have 21 Savage here, who honestly, as far as music goes, I don't know any of his tracks. I know that he was with Amber Rose when she was doing the slut walk, and she had him completely simped out, like match. I think they was matching one year. I'm not sure, but he was Amber Rose's pet for a bit. But he comes out via Vlad TV, and I'm like, wait, what? Hold on. 21 Savage calls for automatic citizenship for immigrant children. And it's like I said, there's a thin line between being compassionate and caring and being a sucker. And the country as a whole, don't take this as an individual, but as a whole, we've been insanely compassionate. We've been at doormat status, particularly when it comes to immigrants and immigrations, because we are just that good of a people. Like, we care and we want to, hey man, we want to help. That is a major theme throughout this nation, is that ultimately we want to help. Even our heroes, our icons, Superman. What does he come in and ask? How can I help? How can I be of assistance? Like, that's our thing. But it's been taken advantage of quite often and quite frequently. And certain clauses, constitutional clauses that were put in place to ensure that descendants of slaves were able to, stake their claim and stake their have their residency, adhered to. Yeah, certain things were put into place that have been manipulated and taken advantage of. So let's get into this article right quick, all right? 21 Savage believes that child immigrants living in the U.S. should be given automatic citizenship. Yeah, okay. Savage, who is a British citizen, so he doesn't even live here. Like, bro, you don't live here. Who moved to the U.S. when he was 7 and then became a rapper and had a pretty good career, apparently. He was banging Amber Rose, so, I mean, he is a gentleman of notoriety, but he ain't one of us, if we gonna be real about it. His lineage ain't a part of American lineage. Spent time in a federal immigration detention center earlier this year, and he recently received an award from the National Immigration Law Center. Yay, they gave you an award. You do realize that they give out awards based on who will show up and get them, and how much they can charge the people who will show up to get them. how many people will come to their $100, $200 banquet to see you get an award. That's what these organizations and awards really are about. They're just fundraisers, for lack of a better term. Before being given the award for immigrant justice, 21 Savage told the Associated Press, "When you're a child, you don't know what's going on. Now you grow up and you gotta figure it out. Can't get a job, can't get a license. I'm one of the lucky ones who became successful. It's a lot of people who can't. But here's the deal. When you're a child, you are your parents' responsibility. And unfortunately, if your parents place you in such a circumstance, then that's unfortunate. Damn sure unfortunate. Hey, mom, dad, how about we go home? I mean, exactly what's wrong with Britain? I mean, particularly, I don't know how old he is now, but back in the day, Britain was fine. What was wrong with Britain? It's still in the West. But no, you gotta come here. He added, "When you ain't got no choice," oh my goodness. See, no, just grammatically, we should not allow him in particular to stay in the U.S. Oh, you should be exempt. No, I'm sorry. We've gotten so far away from our fathers and from the patriarchy that all these feminists talk about. Because I mean, back when fathers had their sons and had their children and were able to really raise their families properly, we didn't have such issues, not at least here in the United States. And as far as all the how racist and terrible the nation is, right? back in the 60s, they did the Hard Sellers Act, which brought in a ton of not illegal, but immigrants from black and brown country. They did this on the nation. They did this on purpose, and they did it to create confusion and chaos at the lower levels of society. You know, I mean, there's a reason why, you know, these executives all kind of just play musical chairs with each other, and, you know, because they're of the same breeding. You know, we have different stations in life, and the deal is that coming to America is you can fast track it. You can fast track. You can find fame. You can find fortune. I mean, he definitely has. But the deal is that to an extent, you know, like if you were here illegally, then that's ill-gotten gains, my dude. There are, like, our laws, this country, one of the things that really blows my mind when it comes to immigration and immigrants, and this country is hundreds of years old. We went through slavery oh so long ago, and since then, endless descendants of slaves have fought in this nation's wars. We've more than done our part to make this nation exactly what it is and what it's become. I think President Trump, now it's not I think, I saw this. President Trump, he was like, yeah, you guys, you don't get all the credit that you deserve. Even President Trump was out there saying that. I think yesterday at the Black Leadership Summit, quote unquote Black Leadership Summit, once again, DNA test. It's just, hey, you got so many black faces. Who knows what's what, right? But the deal is that to have our, what's the name, right? Our, like, to this moment, we aren't given a reprieve, right? When it comes to the laws. If you get caught, and that's the thing, if you get caught, make sure you don't get caught, first and foremost. But if you do get caught, you get popped, right? You gotta own it. There is no reprieve from our justice system, or there shouldn't be a reprieve from our justice system, because it is supposed to be fair, right? It's supposed to be applied equally, right? So if your parents brought you along in the commission of a crime, because breaking into the country is a crime, as you stand in the country, you are committing a crime by not being here. There's no technicality about it. So I'm sorry, but to sit here and be like, oh, well, you know, we should just ignore all that for another generation of people. I'm sorry, bro. Nah. I can't help but feel like America, because of the welfare state that they put in place, and they put this welfare state in place to, really sedate and the descendants' families, and place the females at the head of them through, no man in the house rules, things that gone over 1,000,003 times. So looking at it from that angle, and then having these folks talking about, oh yeah, we want driver's licenses and we want this, even though we're in the middle of committing a crime right now. I don't care if your parents bought. That's the thing. Your parents, that's a conversation for y'all. That's not a conversation for us. Because we didn't. Because the same, like, it's the same way it's unfair to you as a child, it's unfair to the nation as a whole. Right or wrong? I mean, maybe I am wrong. Maybe I am being selfish, and I don't want to be that guy at all. But when it comes down to our law and the application of our law, that's the thing. It cannot. That's the justice is going to have to be blind, and if you get caught, you get popped. It is what it is. So, with that being said, we're going to bring this one to an end. Because I really think 21 Savage, the British citizen 21 Savage, bruh, you ain't put in on this, man. Like, that's the thing. You ain't put in on this. We have, in one of the worst parts of the breaking of our families is that connection to the country is lost. Because it's through our fathers, it's through our military service, it's through our lineage that we, get our more tied closely to the nation as a whole. That not really the nation, but the concept of what the nation can be and what the nation actively works towards being damn near every day. And to sit here and have this goofball, I mean, why you got a tattoo on your face? Like, why do y'all kids do this? That really blows my mind, yo. Like, that's how I know I'm old now. Because, like, tattoos just all over your face. I saw this girl get sucked on her face, and I'm just like, okay, all right, what? What? You just don't care, huh? And if someone don't care about themselves, you know they damn sure don't care about the next person like that. And in all of that, we've lost. In the permeation and the cultivation of urban culture, we've lost just that sense of, community, that sense of, relation between each other. And it's sad. It really is, particularly in the urban centers and places where you got, if you go and check out the Fleck Is Talks video, you got a lady that's like 80 years old, like 60s, 70s, all these really old women, that are completely SOL because the prison farm in which they decided to have their children in, well, it did its job. And we got millions of American kids right now living in poverty. It's so infuriating. It really is. And these are American children, American born, of American parents. And it's sad. It really is. So to sit here and say anybody else should jump the line, no. You ain't put in on this, 21 Savage. This isn't your lineage. This isn't your country. Your folks didn't. Your grandfather was in the Tuskegee experiments, my nigga. He was probably doing something over in Britain where it's like weird. Why aren't you over there? You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, like make your shit fly. You know what I mean? Let us here in the States work with what we got with. But with that being said, we're gonna bring this one to an end. All the internet stuff. If you liked it, toss it a like. Dislike, yeah, go ahead, do that too. I'm not scared of you. Sub if you enjoy my fantastic voice and want to get videos like this every single day. Share, because sharing is caring. And YouTube and bitch you don't like, they don't like me like that. And speak. Let me know, what do you think in the comments? Am I being a jerk? Because I really don't want to be a jerk. But at the same time, when you actually take into account everything that's happened since, the Civil Rights Act, it's like, bruh, y'all pressing y'all luck. Y'all who didn't take part, who didn't put in, shoot, you ever had a liquor bottle? You ever go, go 5 on it? You remember that song, right? I got 5 on it. So anyways, let me know what you think in the comments. I may just be being a jerk, but if you think so, I'd really like to hear from you. And until the next one.